There was a big robbery in the Great Britain this year. It happened during the first 6 months of 2021. Billions could have been stolen. The victims could include thousands of Brits. The robbers still remain at large. They're operating from the shadows and they could strike again any time. Who stole so much money and how are they getting away with it? Online fraudsters. Britain is now being called the bank scam capital of the world. That's because incidents of online scams are breaking records in this country. In the first 6 months of 2021, $1 billion was stolen. Bank scams in the UK have gone up by 30% since last year. Two reasons why. One, the UK's super fast payments infrastructure, which makes money transfer less secure. And two, weak policing of fraud-related crime. The Brits are also seen as easy targets because of their language, the one they use to rule the world. Well, experts say the wide use of the English language makes the UK, quote-unquote, an ideal global test bed for scams. So scammers target victims online in English. They test their tricks and then they target English speakers around the world. How do they find their targets? Once again, on the internet. These scammers are buying batches of leaked personal data of customers from the dark net. After they get those details, they go after them. All these factors make Britain a hotspot for financial crime, and this does not come as a surprise. For years now, the UK has allowed criminals to get away with stealing millions from all over the world. Defaulters have found a new home in London. And who would know better than India about this? First, it was business tycoon Vijay Mallya. He defaulted on loans worth well over $1 billion. India is trying to extradite him. Not much luck so far. Same is the case of Nirav Modi. He committed a $1.8 billion fraud. He too is fighting his extradition. Successive British governments have failed to curb money laundering because the support to financial corruption in the UK is institutional. From banks to blue chip law firms to prestigious schools, they've all enabled the whitewashing of dirty money. In 2019, a Transparency International survey exposed this system. They analysed 400 corruption and money laundering cases. What they found was shocking. Nearly 600 businesses, institutions and individuals in the UK helped in laundering money for the corrupt. 600. How much money are we talking about here? More than $400 billion. The scale of corruption is mind-boggling. Just look at how many companies touch this dirty money. 118 luxury goods and services firms, 81 law firms, 86 banks and financial institutions, 62 accountancy firms. This includes the big four auditors, KPMG, Ernst & Young, Deloitte and PricewaterhouseCoopers. They were all engaged in cleaning money for their clients. Even educational institutions accepted suspicious funds. 178 of them took more than $5 million. This includes prestigious independent schools like Charterhouse and Harrow, and world-class British universities like University College London and the University of St Andrews. Financial corruption plagues the United Kingdom and it shows on the streets of London. Reports say more than 42,000 properties, 42,000 in London, are owned by offshore companies, meaning their ownership remains hidden from the world. Luxury property in London is the favourite way for the corrupt to hide their cash. Ask Nawaz Sharif. 3 offshore companies set up by his children owned at least 6 upscale properties overlooking London's Hyde Park. That revelation had led to the ouster of Nawaz Sharif. Guess where he went to avoid jail time for his crimes? To London. Where else? Nawaz Sharif lost his job and his career in politics so far due to his tainted properties in London. Well, that's some punishment, if not adequate. But what about British politicians? They face no action for allowing financial crime to thrive in their country. And now this plague has reached their citizens. Financial criminals are stealing their hard-earned money. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.